Disclaimer. The content provided in this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. While we discuss topics related to mental health advice, life wisdom, and alike, the opinions expressed are personal views of the hosts and do not constitute professional, legal, or medical advice. We make no representations or warranties about the accuracy or completeness of the information discussed. Any action you take based on the information in this podcast is strictly at your own risk, and we are not liable for any losses or damages in connection with its use. Additionally, this podcast may contain discussions around addictions, substances, which are intended for adult audiences. We do not endorse any illegal activities. Please consult your local laws before engaging in any actions related to this content. By listening to this podcast, you agree that you are over the age of 18 or the age of majority in your jurisdiction and understand the terms of this disclaimer.
Welcome to the Balancing Forces podcast, where two opposites collide in the best way possible. One brings the fire,
the other keeps it chill.
But together we share life's lessons, hard-earned wisdom,
advice you can actually use.
Whether you need a fresh perspective or just a laugh, we're here to elevate your mind. So buckle up, because things are about to get real and
really funny.
Are you ready to level up your astrology game? Join the Alchemist Laboratory by Solar Systems. For just $33 a month, you get access to 10 plus courses, a resource library, manifestation secrets, live Q&As, and so much more. Over $2,300 in value. Transform your understanding of astrology and unlock hidden knowledge. Sign up now through the school app and follow Solar Systems on TikTok and Instagram. Chapter 25, Your Life Messages, Part 3, The World Is Your Oyster.
Sven, I never really got any negative messages from my parents when I was a kid. In fact, I distinctly remember my parents saying to me time and time again, the world is your oyster, and you can do anything you want in life,
Johnson said to me. I started to laugh. He was perplexed, not the least of which was because he thought therapists aren't supposed to laugh at anything a client ever says. And while I'm rarely judgmental of my clients, this time the laugh just popped out.
Sorry, man. Wasn't laughing at you. I just hear that line a lot, particularly among my peers and old friends, who are parents. They all tell their kids they can do whatever they want. They can pursue whatever oysters they want in order to claim the pearls they hold. Whatever makes you happy, they say. And while that may be the overt message, there are always those other times, those subtler, insidious times, when a completely different message gets conveyed.
What do you mean?
He asked, again perplexed.
Well, for instance, I had a client who was told pretty much the exact same message. Armed with that, in his early 20s he went from the Midwest to the West Coast to go to music school. There, one way or another, he got wrapped up in a little bit of a cult, or at least that's how it appeared to his parents. And so, they flew across the country, yanked him out, brought him home, then put him in counseling to deprogram all the messages they didn't want him to have. Quite obviously, despite all their monogamous words of the world being his oyster, and him having the full liberty to do whatever he wants, he could not do whatever he wanted in life.
A bit extreme, don't you think, Sven?
He kidded me. I went on.
Indeed, extreme, but a true story. Farther more common and far less dramatic are the million little conversations and million questions, and never underestimate the power of a well-placed question to manipulate a child, teen, or an adult child, that get asked when the kid is considering college, tech schools, majors, people to date, careers, places to live, people to be friends with, car to buy, who to marry, investments to make, parenting methods to employ, and on and on. And they are so subtle, but so many of them carry the underlying message, you can do whatever you want in life as long as it fits inside the parameter of what's acceptable to me, your parent. And that, my friend, is a categorically different message from, you can do whatever you want. I understand, and I have lived a parental instinct to protect my child, but that same instinct generally increases at the very time, the child's puberty and following years, when it should be most decreased, and the underlying message in all those insidious questions or nudges when the kid is considering his or her next step or steps, is you don't know what's best for you, or what you really want doesn't matter, or you should do what your parent, want. So despite all the go conquer the world your way nonsense emanating from even the most loving parent's pie hole, there are usually significant negative underlying messages implicit in the grand, seemingly positive exhortations.
So what do you do?
Johnson asked.
I mean, my dad did something almost identical, not by telling me what I couldn't do, but by passively insisting I turn down a Harvard full ride to study poetry, which I really wanted. He said it was my choice, but he made it abundantly clear what he really wanted, and all but insisted upon. He wanted me to go to the Naval Academy to play football and fly jets. My oyster meant nothing compared to the oyster he wanted, vicariously through me, and I caved. I was 17. What was I supposed to do?
Johnson, you see it first. Just seeing it, seeing the messages that have been shaping your soul and your entire existence has the massive power of reducing their impact. Because now you're aware. Just admitting truth is huge. Seeing the truth deflates the truth. The Buddhists are always hammering on the notion of simple awareness. For once you're aware of what is going on inside of you, or why you're doing what you're doing, and once you take it outside of you, it becomes much more difficult to keep doing that course of action. Now that we've had this simple discussion, identifying the core beliefs embedded in the cement of your soul, you won't be able to shake it. It'll stare you in the face every time you try to, again, make a decision from that old set of beliefs, and the unhappiness you've experienced from those flawed beliefs will cause you to begin to choose differently, and that's when everything changes.
Don't be misled by rosy appearances. Remember, things are seldom as they appear. Often the most powerful negative message of your life lies right below that rosy surface. Journaling recommendation. 1. What were the explicit positive messages told to you by the primary power source and love sources in your life? 2. What subtler messages or events came at other times that either completely undermined those explicit messages or chipped away at their truth? 3. What are the perimeters your parents have set in place for your life that you can't transgress no matter what oysters you're pursuing?
How awesome is this? This is going to be the book we're going to be giving away. It is an autographed copy as well. Thanks for listening. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, share this out with your friends. At the end of the series, there will be a giveaway for a copy of your own book. Thank you.